The day was August 8th, 2019. The place, the State Fair of Iowa in Des Moines. A man was asked, "How many genders are there?" Hi, I'm James, and this is Moral Video Productions. Welcome to our channel. The person asking the question was a young woman named Katie. The person she asked was a man running for the office of President of the United States. It so happens that that man won the 2020 election and is at this time, at the time of this recording, occupying the house at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. His name is Joe Biden. Do you remember the answer that he gave Katie? He alleged, "There's at least three." Katie asked him to name them, to which the future president replied, "Don't play games with me, kid." During the week of March 21st, 2022, the United States Senate Judiciary Committee was holding a Supreme Court confirmation hearing with Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson front and center. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn was having difficulty prying out answers to what the rational mind would think quite simple questions. However, in the complicated and convoluted time in which we live, such should not be so surprising. Senator Blackburn asked Judge Jackson, "Can you provide a definition of the word woman?" The judge repeated the question, "Can I provide a definition?" Then, simply with a shake of her head, she proclaimed, "No, I can't." The senator, seemingly surprised, asked, "You can't?" To which Judge Jackson responded, "Not in this context. I'm not a biologist." The senator then asked more specifically, "Do you mean that the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?" The judge then tried to explain that if two parties brought the issue before her, she would listen to arguments on both sides, consult the law, and then make some type of judgment. To this, the senator said, "The fact that you cannot give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about." Is Judge Jackson such a simpleton that she doesn't know what a woman is? Hardly. She's a doctor of the law. After all, she is a graduate of Palmetto Senior High School in Miami. You would think that such a basic education would provide Judge Jackson with the very basic scientific knowledge of what a woman is. But wait, she's also a graduate of Harvard University and then Harvard Law School. If she's not an idiot, then we must conclude that she chose to be untruthful. And yet, a woman who says that she cannot define the word woman now sits on the highest court in our land. Oh, Solomon, she is not. Oh, wait. She can't be Solomon because Solomon was a man. But really, how many genders are there? Such a question just makes me wonder how silly people could possibly get. But as the wise man Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 1:9, "That which has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done. And there is nothing new under the sun." Over 2,000 years ago, Paul wrote to the Christians in Rome, a city that was morally corrupt, much like the way that our United States has become, that the citizens there had given up God, that their foolish hearts were darkened, and that they had changed the glory of God into an image made like corruptible man. Because of this, God gave them up to dishonor their own bodies among themselves, who worshiped the creature rather than the Creator. Vile lust within them, it burned, and they obliterated the moral boundaries practicing sexual immorality of every kind. Just read Romans chapter 1. Now today, the imagination of those who wish to eliminate these ingrained moral boundaries have invented such terms as cisgender, transgender, non-binary intersex, genderqueer, gender fluid, gender non-conforming, gender expansive, odd gender, gender void, bigender, omnigender, pangender, two-spirit. The list goes on and on. Paul said those in Rome, Romans 1 verse 20, for since the creation of the world, His invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. Things that are made, that's you and me. Even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they, those in the first century, those living today, we are without excuse. Paul is talking about the revelation of God in nature. Look around you. You can't help but to see that there's a Creator. The natural world around us cries out, there is a God. Paul says the Romans were without excuse, and so are all the people of our day. Let's simplify this matter. Jesus said, Matthew 19 verse 4, have you not read that He who made them in the beginning made them male and female? And that's where it ends. Let me make it practical. Behind me is Hurricane Creek. Let's say that someone, some months ago, was swept away by rain-swollen waters, drowns, and the body winds up out there along the creek bank. Now, months later, the skeleton is found. Nothing remains but the bones. The initial examination of the remains easily indicate that the victim was a transgender, non-binary person. Huh? What? No. A quick look at the pelvic bones would immediately indicate that it was a male with a heart-shaped pelvic cavity or a female with an oval-shaped pelvic cavity. That's just basic biology. And there are other indicators in the skeletal structure. But in more modern times, examination of the DNA would remove all doubt. But it wouldn't show that this guy was gender non-conforming or gender expansive. It would show that he was a male. Why? Because God made them that way. And when man or woman tries to say otherwise, well, Paul summed it up very well, as is recorded in Romans 1 verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. How many genders are there? 2. Those professing more, God labels as fools. But why couldn't Mr. Biden just say what he in his heart knew to be the truth? How many genders? There's 2. Why didn't Judge Jackson just answer, a woman is a female of the human species? How foolish are they? Oh, I know that this video won't be too popular with some, but if you want to argue this issue, your argument isn't with James, your argument is with God. And whether you choose to believe in God or not, there will be a day in which you will bow before the great I Am. Paul said in Romans 14 verse 11, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. In Hebrews 9 verse 27, the writer declared, and as it is appointed for men once to die, but after that, the judgment. Paul told those in Corinth, recorded in 2 Corinthians 5:10, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive the things done in the body according to what he has done, whether it be good or bad. Please understand that Jesus spent way more time talking about hell and the reasons that you don't want to go and spend eternity in such a horrible place than he did speaking about heaven and why you do want to live your life in such a way as to make it your eternal home. God has a plan for mankind. Just check out the video on this essential subject. It may well be the most important video you ever watch. If you don't believe in God, well, see some reasons that you should in our video. We know God exists because ... Links to both are in the description. Now, don't forget to click the like button. And would you please subscribe to our channel? Share these videos with your friends too, and even share them with your enemies. And remember always, judge righteous judgment. Examination of the DNA would remove all doubt. We have geese coming over. They're landing on the pond.